Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight will be my final episode of my Season 3 of my ongoing Star Wars campaign, Adventures in the Keldor sector, and we ended with a little cliffhanger last time. So our two intrepid heroes, Nash Duncan, smuggler, scoundrel, and flyer for hire, and his companion and love interest, Rhya, a Dridian shadow huntress from the Council of Elders, are in a tight spot because we just left the entertainment world of Velas to head for Lerok, where the hidden rebel camp is that we work for. We have an alliance contact named Tula, Twi'lek, that is our liaison to the rebel alliance, so to speak, and who provides us with missions for the alliance and payment. And we have to deliver 7 crates of blaster rifles and grenades, combat supplies to this rebel cell. But sadly, we are intercepted by a pair of 2 TIE fighters that are hot on our tail of the versatile rust bucket, while we are still heading for the edge of the gravity well to make our hyperspace jump. And the thing is that they accused us of crimes against the Empire, which means they have locked my ship's transponder signal as wanted, and this is because of the actions we did in Season 2, where we shot up an Imperial prison facility and fought TIE fighters in space and escaped. So they locked my transponder code, but it took them a while to run it through all the systems and get all the information, and to have the information travel through all the data banks. So we had a little time, but now our deeds have finally caught up with us. And so Rhya, she is heading for the top turret, and still the only turret my ship has, still a dual laser turret that deals d6 points of damage, while I'm in the cockpit. And they've already shot at us a little warning shot. So we are going directly into space combat. They're shooting. Rhya is powering up the gun. I'm doing evasive maneuvers. And we start the first round of combat. And let me get my thing here ready. Rust bucket and tie 1 and tie 2. That'll be the order of business. All right, so we go first. And Nash, he tries to do some evasive maneuvers as his action. He's got a pilot modifier of +8 because we improved our handling to 3, and I got 4 for my level and 1 for dex. That is 5 plus 3 is 8. And because I got pilot as a trained skill, I'm getting advantage, and I need the usual 15. And yeah, I got a 14. That's plenty, so I get a +2 AC bonus for my evasive maneuvers, which brings my effective AC to 17. And now Rhya, she's shooting at one of the ties, and they have AC 14. And Rhya, swiveling the gun around. Oh look, it's a 14. That's a hit, but only 2 points of damage. So that's a hit for us. And they have 4 hull each. So this first TIE fighter is at 2 hull, so still in the game. So at the last second he makes a roll, and I didn't find my minis at this short notice, so I have to improvise with these tokens. So he swivels to the side. The shots barely miss him and scratch the solar panel. But now it's the TIE's turn. And I'm going to roll both of them, I guess. Let me see, do I have a... no, I'm not going to roll both of them at once. It's bad luck, probably. So the first TIE fighter. And they attack +4. They attack +4. And that's a 14, that's a miss. +4 attack. They have +2 fire control and +2 for the pilot. So that is 14, that's a miss. Would have been a miss even without my evasive maneuvers, thanks to my improvised ship. But the second one... Oh, he misses as well. So we are lucky. Oh, and yeah, I gotta survive 5 rounds of combat before I can jump. So that was the first round of combat. Now we enter the second round, and I am doing my evasive maneuvers again. Get them off my tail! So I roll a 15 here, thanks to the advantage. So that's another +2. Now Rhya, she's shooting at the already damaged TIE fighter. That's a 12. Oh, and she actually attacks +7. That's a solid hit for 5 points of damage. So one TIE fighter goes up in flames. But now the other one is counter-attacking. Oh, that's a 7. That's not enough. Yeah, but thankfully they're TIEs and not TIE interceptors. And now we enter the next round of combat. So that was the second round. Now we enter the third round of combat. And I am doing evasive maneuvers. Oh, +8. This time I fail. 6 + 8 is 14, which is not enough. Not the 15 I need. So no AC bonus for us this time. But maybe Rhya takes him out. +7 versus 14. No, she rolls a 5 and only 1 point of damage. So the shot goes wild. He makes a barrel roll, and yeah, that's a miss. And now the TIE fighter. Oh no, it's a 20, a critical hit, 2 points. And 4 points, that is 6 points. Our hull is 20, so now our hull is 14. 6 points of damage. Yeah, 14. Okay, so this guy scores a critical hit at the third round of combat. And now we enter the fourth round of combat. And Nash is doing evasive maneuvers. So we hit rocks the ship. Damn it, I can't shake him. This guy's good, Rhya goes. So those are my evasive maneuvers, which still fail. 6 + 8 is 14, is not enough. Now Rhya is attacking. Oh, but that's a great hit. 19 and 6 points of damage. They only got 4 hull, so this takes him out. So at the start of the fourth round of combat, when our turn is done, Rhya swivels the gun around. And this TIE fighter is gone, and we're clear. Whew. That was close. We're clear. Damn. This guy, he got us good. Thankfully, you took him out so quick. Yeah. Whew. Let's get out of here. Okay. So we're using the hyperspace route to Lerok. So that means I'm not going to roll for an astrogation because we're not in combat anymore, and I'm using the route, the hyperspace route. But I will have, of course, to roll for random encounters. But let's take a look at the description again of the system. And because I think it was like an untamed wild system, but I want to double check. Yeah, here, Lerok. Untamed wilds. Very dangerous and ferocious wildlife. Hidden rebel camp protected by force field. Only safe way in and out by starship because of this dangerous and ferocious wildlife. And yeah, so this is where we are headed. Lerok. And where's the chart here? So so it's a total of 6 hours. So we use this route without stopping, just using this route. That is 6 hours. And I upgraded my hyperdrive 1.5. So that is a 9-hour total travel time, which means I make one random encounter check, but I also have to roll my 15% breakdown chance because of my faulty hyperdrive motivator. Okay, so let's roll the breakdown chance while we're on the first leg of the journey from Velas to Keldor. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. This can't be happening. It is 0.6, which means the hyperdrive breaks down. Damn it. Okay. So, okay, so while we are on our way from Velas to Keldor, so I pull the levers and the stars, they form these elongated lines, and we're off into hyperspace, and there's this mottled blue tunnel of swirling space rushing by the cockpit, and it just has something soothing and calming actually, and we think, well, we are fine. And so we have a little talk, and Nash goes, damn, if I'm wanted now, or the ship, or the ship's transponder, this changes everything, of course. I can't actually do regular landings anymore because I can't be sure that the starport, it's like standard procedure to check incoming transponders if they're wanted or not, depending on, well, how serious they take imperial regulations, but we can't really risk it. So that would mean we got two options. First option is we need a new transponder signature, which means we need a new transponder module that we fit into our engine block so that our ship identifies as another ship. And till then, we could disable our transponder, though that it doesn't emit a transponder code, which is of course not allowed. But then, I mean, if somebody scans, they might just realize that we don't transmit a transponder, and maybe fine us for that, or ask us to turn it on, which still gives us time to escape instead of them just immediately identifying us. So what we should do is we should disable the transponder code until we get a new one, and also in the future we should stick to far away out of the rim, out of outer rim systems until we get a new transponder. Or if we gotta land someplace here, we gotta do a shadow landing, which means don't take a direct approach, come in either from one of the poles or from a different hemisphere, and then traverse the distance flying low through the atmosphere, and then setting the ship down someplace near to a city in the wilderness, and walk the rest of the way. Or that would be a good opportunity, or a good excuse to get some speeder bikes so that we don't have to walk and traverse the last couple of clicks by speeder bike, something like that. But it's not going to get any easier. We should talk to Tula. maybe she can help us out. I mean, it should be in the interest of the rebels as well that we get a clean code so that we can continue doing missions for them without jeopardizing anything. Yeah, well, that indeed complicates things. I think it is a good course of action to disable the transponder for now, and we should concentrate our efforts on getting a new transponder code. I will also make contact with Naira. Maybe the council can help us out, or maybe one of her contacts. Yeah, indeed, that's a good idea. The council seems pretty resourceful. So maybe we do get some help there. Yeah, maybe. Let's just hope that the rest of the journey goes quiet and smooth. And as if the hyperdrive motivator has hurt me, suddenly there's a jolt going through the ship. You know, this characteristic sound that the Millennium Falcon makes when it can jump to light speed, and the stars, they just this blue model tunnel, it just disappears. The stars become stars again, and suddenly we're in the blackest space you've ever seen, in deep space, in interstellar space, between systems, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, dropped into real space. And I go, no, god damn it, what now? That doesn't sound good, or that didn't sound good. What do you think it might be? Well, the only thing I can think of course, something with a hyperdrive motivator. Maybe if we're lucky, it is just a minor secondary thing. If we're unlucky, yeah, our motivator broke down, and we gotta see if we can fix it. God damn it. This mechanic probably pulled one on me, but I didn't see anything. So let's check the motivator. Let's head for the engineering section of the ship. Okay, so but first we should power down all non-essential systems. We don't know how long we gotta stay here, and also we don't want to attract any attention. You never know if someone is scanning these hyperspace lanes. So we basically power down most of the ship's systems. We got emergency lighting on, but of course life support, but tuned down a little. We want to conserve power, and then we check out the engine section, and I inspect the hyperdrive motivator. And yeah, I do have systems operation, which means operating all kinds of computer and starship systems, but I do not have mechanics. And I gotta make an intelligence check to see if I know what is going on. So I get half level because it's not a primary, that is 2, and +1 for intelligence. And I do not have advantage, but I'll grant myself another +1 because I do have systems operation. So that would be a +4, and I need to get a 15 to see if I can see what is wrong with it. Please. Oh. I roll a 2. Okay, so damn. Everything looks fine to me, but obviously it isn't. But I'm at a loss. I can't fix it. But Keldor would be the next system, but Keldor is the system administrative hub of the sector, the regional headquarters of galactic market leaders in biological research. It's got a high security rating. That's not good. We gotta send a transmission to Tula via subspace transceiver. And maybe they can send a pickup. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. All right, so I'm trying to reach Tula, which I say is not a problem because she is on Lerok. She gave us the mission. We are not that far away, within the same sector. So I'm reaching her via subspace transceiver. It's audio only, so no video, no holographic communication. I'm sticking to audio only to not draw too much attention to myself, so that I don't need or don't have such a high energy output while transmitting. And I go, Tula, this is Nash. Do you read me? And she answers, yes, I do. Go ahead. What's going on? So just for the heck of it, let's put Tula into the picture so that you know who I'm talking to. This is our Twi'lek contact. And I go, well, I got a problem. And Tula goes, yeah, I'm listening. Well, it looks like past actions of mine have finally caught up with us. While I was trying to leave the Velos system, I was intercepted by a flight of TIE fighters that accused me, or that informed me that I am wanted for crimes against the Empire. And my suspicion is that my transponder code is compromised. They must have locked my transponder code and identified my vessel because of past dogfight skirmishes I had with Imperial forces. But to make matters worse, I also suffered a hyperspace breakdown, and I don't know what's wrong with my hyperdrive motivator. I couldn't figure it out. So I can transmit my coordinates. We're stuck someplace, or we dropped out of hyperspace, probably someplace between Velas and the Keldor system along the hyperspace route. So I've powered down most of the systems to reduce my energy emissions, and I don't want to send out a sector-wide distress signal, but without a hyperdrive, yeah, we're stuck out here. And Tula goes, well, don't you have a hyperdrive backup? Every starship should have a hyperdrive backup. Should be required to have, or are required to have one. Yeah, see, well, this is an old ship, and it does not really fulfill all safety specs, if you know what I mean. So short answer, no, we don't have a hyperdrive backup. But I do have your cargo. I do have the 7 crates. Okay. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'll get back to you in a second. I'll reach you on this comm frequency, and yeah, just stay put. All right, I will. Okay. So she gets back to me and says, yeah, we can, I'll send a ship. We can send a ship with a mechanic and some spare parts, and hopefully they can fix you up. All right, so I'm rolling percentile dice. I'm giving it a 33% chance now that there's some some form of trouble finding us, some sort of difficulty while this all takes place. 33. 06. Okay, 06. All right, so so we stay put. All right, so 1, 2, 3, it is the Imperials. 4, 5, 6, something else. One, 2, 3 is Imperials. It's something else. Okay, that might be better. Something else. So let's go to my solo RPG framework for space opera games, which, by the way, you can pick up on my Drive-Thru RPG publisher page, and take a look at the random idea generator. Where is it? Here. And let's roll up some prompts. So 1d3 for the column. I can actually use this, and d20 for the word to see what happens. Okay, column 1, word 2. Okay, explosion. Not a promising start. Column 3, 10. Binoculars. Okay, and 213. Hologram. Okay, let me think about this for a short second. So we got explosion, binoculars, which could stand for noticing, seeing something, explosion, binoculars, or even more abstract, uncovering something hidden. We got the explosion, and we have the hologram, which could be some illusion, something that isn't there. Okay. Binoculars for explosion, hologram. So I'm getting the idea, some sort of cloaked. Yeah, okay. No, not. All right, so I'm going by binoculars and hologram. So I'm disregarding the explosion for now, and binoculars for me stands for finding out something, uncovering something, noticing something, getting a good clear picture. And hologram, the first thing that came into mind was some form of illusion or something that isn't there. And somehow now I got this image in my mind of a cloaked probe vessel of some kind. Maybe, I don't know if it because of me, or maybe because it is the route to the sector hub or whatever, but somehow these hyperspace lanes, they are, so I didn't roll Empire, but only the Empire has these cloaked probe vessels. So think of like a cloak deep space probe droid that they maybe have posted alongside hyperspace lanes and intervals, just to, I don't know, to monitor these lanes somewhat in case smugglers or rebels use them for deep space meetings or whatnot. So yeah, so some sort of cloaked probe vessel or probe droid has taken an interest in our ship. And actually, while I'm thinking about this, an episode of Rebels, the animated series, comes into mind. I just watched a couple of episodes recently, now that I'm thinking about it. And this was one, I don't know, where the Rebels they were hiding in some sort of debris. I think it was like third season or so. And there was also this probe droid manning a little probe ship that was scanning the debris. So something like that. So they have, yeah, the Empire, they have probe vessels around here. So okay, so what happens is the rebel ship It's a YT-1300 transport, a good old reliable YT-1300. Let me see, I got one here. Here. So out of hyperspace appears a reliable, good old YT-1300 transport. And it hails us and identifies itself. We're here to assist. A mutual friend sent us. Thanks. Your help is greatly appreciated and highly anticipated. Yeah, let us dock and let's see what we can do. Okay, so they dock with us, and a technician, a Bothan, because I got one right here. So a Bothan technician, he's got a tool belt and a tool kit and some fancy backpack with spare parts. He comes aboard and he goes, oh, looks around. Oh, that's almost a classic. Corellian YR1030, if I'm correct. 1080 was it? Let's see. Wait a minute. I forgot what was my ship. Damn, wrong. So I think it was. Wait a minute. I'm not sure if it was a Y1080. YR1080. Yes. Oh, an old Corellian YR1080. Predecessor of the good old YT line, huh? That's almost an old timer, but he looks around. Seems like you kept it in good shape. So what did you say? How fast does she go? 1.5 past light speed. 1.5? Damn. That's fast for such an old vessel. Yeah, if it works. I don't know if this guy ripped us off. Yeah, let's take a look. So he takes a look at my hyperspace component, hyperspace motivator, and he goes, yeah, okay, looks like a faulty motivator. You burned some circuits here. Well, what I can do, I can't fix this one here, but I can install a spare standard 2.0 motivator, which will get you to Lerok, and then we can take a look at your motivator there and see if we can fix it. But there's nothing we can do out here at the moment. Yeah, fine with me. So if you get me the standard motivator installed, that would be great, and we are hopefully out of here in a short while. Yeah, okay. So I'll just get right to work. So he gets to work, and while he gets to work, suddenly, because we have basically like powered down, so we don't monitor the sensors, but they do, and suddenly they hail us, attention, we got incoming, get ready. Okay, so and they fly off, so they detach. So the mechanic will stay on board and fix your hyperdrive. Let's see if we can hold them off until you can get out of here. Okay, so luckily sublight engines and power still working. It's just the hyperdrive motivator. So Rhya again mans the guns. I go into the cockpit. This guy, the engineer, tries or wants to install the hyperdrive, as now we see. So out of hyperspace, like one of these Gozanti cruisers appears, and they have 3 TIE fighters attached on their underbelly, which immediately detach and head straight for us. And we have to keep them at bay while he tries to install the hyperdrive. Okay, so let's keep the distance to this Gozanti cruiser. Let's stay out of range, and hopefully we only have to deal with the TIE fighters until you're ready to leave. Yeah, thankfully I boosted my sublight engines. If I should be at least able to keep the distance to the Gozanti, because I got a sublight speed of 6, which is actually pretty good. So it should be sufficient, should be probably equal. Let's say he also has speed 6, the Gozanti, that we can at least keep the distance to the Gozanti. But of course the TIE fighters, they got speed 10, so while we had full throttle away from the Gozanti cruiser, those 3 TIE fighters are closing in. They're probably the closest Imperial forces that were there. So yeah, let's go. So it is Nash, so our ship, the Rust Bucket. Then we have a TIE 1. Then we have the YT 1300. And then we have TIE 2 and TIE 3. Because I go, you go, and everybody gets a turn in this round. And the YT 1300, he's also at 20 hull, but I am at 14 hull because I got hit. And but I'm lucky because the TIE fighters here, they only have 4 hull. So 4, 4, 4, and they got the same stats, AC 14 and plus 4 attack. And the 1300, I'll just put him at plus 5 attack and defend. Okay, so the Rust Bucket, our turn. So while the Bothan is fiddling with the hyperdrive, and let's say I have to survive another 5 rounds. 5. Okay. I'm again doing evasive maneuvers. Hold on back there. 12, 12. That is enough because I got plus 8. So I get my usual plus 2 AC, bringing my AC to 17. And now Rhya is shooting at one of the 3 TIEs. They're closing in. Oh, that's a miss. She rolls a 4. Even with plus 7, that is 11. They have 14. So that is a miss. But now the TIE fighter, TIE 1. Let's number these guys here. 1, 2, 3, just in case. So TIE 1 is shooting at us. That's a 15. Oh no, he attacks plus 4. That is 19 and 6 points of damage. No, I'm at single digits. The Rust Bucket is at 8 points of hull. Okay, so this does not go the way I want it to go. Definitely not. But now the YT 1300. He attacks plus 5. Okay, let's give me a little break here. He's got a D8 because he's got a quad laser turret. and he attacks +5, but only one turret, +5 at tie number 2, AC 14. Yes, lucky. 18, that's a hit. 7 points of damage. So tie number 2 goes down in a ball of flame. So tie 1 hit. The YT hit. Tie 2 goes down in a ball of flame, but it's still Aigo Yugo. They still have enemies. So tie 3 shoots at the YT. Who also has an AC of 14. At the YT, AC 14 +4. Nine, lucky, +4 is 13. So that is a near miss. So that was tie 3. He misses. Which means everyone has acted. We start a new round. The Rust Bucket. Again, piloting, evasive maneuvers. Where is Nash's die? There. Come on, Nash. Yes! 20. If I roll a natural 20, I get a +4 AC bonus instead of a +2. So that should give me a break. So my AC actually is 19 now. And they attack +4, but now first Rhya. And she attacks tie number 1. +7. Come on, Rhya. Yes, Rhya. 14, that's a hit, and that's the important thing. 6 points of damage. They only have 4 hull. Whew, so I was really lucky. So Rhya, we're in round 2 of combat. Bam! Hits. And she was shooting at tie 1, taking it out. But Aigo Yugo, it's the enemy's turn. And tie 3, it's the only tie left, shooting at me. So at the Rust Bucket. Ah, lucky, he misses. He misses. And now we have the YT still, who tries to get a shot at the tie. +5. AC 14. Oh, but he misses a 4. Okay. So that's everybody. Now we go in the third round of combat. And Aigo Yugo, we go first. Nash again, piloting. Come on, Nash. Give me another good roll. Yes, 10. Luckily, I have +8, so it's still a +2. Rhya is shooting at the last TIE fighter. TIE fighter number 3. Yes, 15. That's a hit, but only 3 points of damage. He's got 4 hull. So Rhya, she hits him, but he's still in the fight, and he is going now and shoots at us. So at Nash, the Rust Bucket, because we are wanted and we have taken a hit already. 14 + 4. 14 + 4, that is 18, and I have 17, but lucky only 2 points. So that's a hit. That is a hit for 2 points, bringing my hull down to 6. But we still now have the YT, who's still on the Tie's tail. Oh no, it's a natural 1 and 1 point of damage, so he misses. But luckily, now we start the next round and we go first. So again, Nash. Come on, Nash. 5 + 8 is 13, so no Bonus. Now Rhya, she's got to do it. She's got to shoot this guy down because I know my luck. He probably hits me, dealing 6 points of damage, and that's it. So come on, Rhya, you can do it. The thing is, if you're wondering why I don't use the force, like Battle Mind and stuff, the thing is, activating the force power is also an action, so I would actually lose 1 round of attacks, and I have no guarantee that it works. So I rather, I mean, +7 is pretty high, so I rather take my chances attacking. So Battle Mind is useful if you activate it before combat. I could have maybe winged that, but didn't. Okay, so yes, but Rhya hits 13 +7 and 3 points of damage. That's enough because he's only got 1 left. So thankfully, this guy also explodes. So the Gozanti, we are lucky he's out of firing range, and this YT, because he's in good shape, acts like a shield. So he switches position to shield us from the Gozanti, which is someplace here. So I said 5 rounds. We had 4 rounds of combat. So finally now my my hyperdrive is repaired and we jump to light speed. Okay, but that was only like the breakdown roll. Now I still have to make the hyperspace encounter roll, but this is luckily only on a 1 on a d10. So I'm using Rhya's dice this time because Nash's dice, they weren't good to me. So come on, Rhya. Not a 1. Please, not a 1. Everything is great, not a 1. Ah, it's a 7. Alright, so lucky us. So we finally arrive in the Lerok system. We make contact, we identify ourselves, get landing coordinates, do the whole shebang. So we are lucky. They open the shield for a very short time. We land in this rebel camp and yeah, exit our ship and meet Tula, our contact. And the Bothan also briefs her, tells her what happened. I mean, there's all this carbon scoring on my ship and those black scorch marks that you know. So we explain everything, and she goes, "Well, I'm glad you made it back here. I really am, and that you got the crates, and yeah. Okay then. Let's do business first. Unload the crates and then you'll get your payment." So we do that and we negotiate it. So I get 7,500. That I will, 7,500. Let's see how I split this. So 7,500. So I get 4,000. Then I got 4,900. And Rhya 3.5. So that she's at 5,500. Okay, so we delivered the thing, and then we go, well, we got this problem with our transponder, as you know. So if we want to stay in the sector or continue to work for you without drawing too much attention to us and maybe also to you, we would need a new transponder. Do you have one by any chance that we could install, a new transponder module? And she goes, well, as a matter of fact, I do. But of course we also need to keep our books balanced. I can't give it to you for free, but I'll give it to you at a greatly discounted rate. You know what these units go for on the black market, I guess. Yeah, I know it's not easy changing a transponder code. So what's your price? Like I said, I'll give it to you at a fair price. If you give me 3,000 credits, it is yours. I nod. Yeah, that is indeed a fair price. All right, done. And can I ask another favor? Could you see if you can repair my hyperdrive motivator? Yeah, I'll see what I can do. It'll take a while to install this new transponder module. I think by the time that is done, I will have the hyperdrive motivator repaired. Okay, so let's see, 3,000 you say for the unit? Yes. So I am back to 1,900. And we got a new transponder. And they will, okay, let's see, what else do we got? Some, okay, so we actually also need some additional firepower. But I got someone that owes us a favor and still owes us 2 modifications. So I will do that there, but is there anything you could do about this shield generator of us? That we get that one improved? Let's see, it's a 50-50 chance if they got parts there. 4, 5, 6 they do. No, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that. I think the transponder module and repairing the hyperdrive motivator is all we can do for now. Okay, so we stay there for 2 days while they do the work, and then the technician comes and goes, well, we have installed the new transponder code module. So let's hope you can keep this one clean for a while. Like I said, these transponder modules, they don't grow on trees. Yeah, okay, so what's my new registration? What's the ship called now? And he smiles a little. Well, with your repaired motivator, I think you will like the new name of your ship. From now on, your ship is called the Never Too Late. Never Too Late. You're right, that is a funny name. Let's see if we can give it credit on our next mission. All right, this is it. This was the last episode of this season. So this is where I wanted to be, because those of you that are that have downloaded my conversion and my Star Nave and Star Dark supplements, you know that I always use the Never Too Late as like my stand-in serial number filed off Millennium Falcon. So this is pretty much copyright infringement here, but because I don't sell this product, it's just a fan thing that you can download, and the link is in the description of this video. I think that's all right. So this is always like my stand-in, and the basically the flavor text is always: a well-known transport flown by famous smuggler and scoundrel Nash Duncan, modified beyond all safety specs, has outrun military star destroyers. So of course we need to get there, but we got our handling, we got our shields, so we are not quite there yet. We got the speed almost to max, and we're lacking a little in the weapons department. And of course we are a YR 1080, but that doesn't matter. So we are basically on track now to make the Never Too Late the well-known and famous vessel flown by well-known and famous smuggler and scoundrel Nash Duncan. And this is where I wanted to be, because I figured, well, versatile rust bucket, it's all nice and good, but somehow, of course, I got to arrive at the Never Too Late at some place. So this is what I had in mind, and of course I also couldn't let my actions in season 2 have no consequences. So yeah, this is a good ending point in the rebel camp on Lerok with my new transponder code, the Never Too Late. I still got 2 modifications that I get as a favor, which will get me a little closer to that famous smuggler vessel. And yeah, so that was it. Pretty intense at the end. Didn't expect that, but this is always the good thing about solo RPGing. Little unpredictable. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a very calm and not too stressful remaining week. And I will take a break from Star Wars now for a while. So and then probably after the summer I might start season 4 of my Star Wars game. I think we will stay a while in the Keldor sector, at least until I got my modifications done that I'm owed, and then we will see maybe if it is time to also move into a different region of space. And next up on the channel then will be my Defenders of the Shadowlands campaign, which I will continue, and I will start season 2 of the Bet of Fallcrest pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. Until then, thank you for watching, and stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye.